Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys and it goes a massive way to help the channel too. Now, this week we're on issue 48 of Imperium magazine and we have some more terrain. Now, this will be part of the final sections of terrain that we are going to get. It is the last of the Ruined Factorum terrains pieces that we're getting as well. So this will be the fourth sprue, if I remember rightly, of Ruined Factorum. And yeah, do it the same way as you do it before. It'll fit in nicely. You can change it up if you wanted to, entirely up to you. My personal opinion is, of course, spray paint it. It will be far easier to do that. If you do spray it, of course, you will get something like what I've got. If you use over Norn oil over it or Agrax Earthshade, it will darken all the recesses. And yeah, you can use some Corn Red, Lead Belcher, Balthasar Gold or anything like that if you wanted to on there. Entirely up to you how you want to paint it up. But yeah, you can get some pretty cool looking terrain out of it, which is always very handy to have. There will be more terrain, of course, with the magazine, so I think we have one more Heliotrope reactor due at some point soon, and I think a few more bits of pipes as well for good old, like the power conduits at some point. I don't know when they're going to turn up, but they are not too far off, I would imagine anyway. So, into the issue itself, we are greeted by the Adeptus Sororitas. So, the mission roster. So the Orders Militant of the Adeptus Sororitas are originally ordered fighting forces outfitted and organised for deployment at a moment's notice. Small groups of sisters known as missions are often tasked with defending shrines, basilicas and other holy shrines. Sites. So essentially your fighting force that we get with the Adeptus Sororitas is known as a mission. So just like we have before, where we had with the Adeptus Mechanicus, where we could name the cohort, which was the collective term for all the units that we got from the good old Adeptus Mechanicus in the magazine, we can now name our mission of Adeptus Sororitas. So 2d6 rolls will give you your name. So for instance, you could have a prefix of Catharines, and then you could have, for instance, host, or you could even have the Golden Protectors, or even good old Blessed Grace if you really wanted to. So you can have that. You can of course also find other naming role kind of generators online, name them how you will. On the other page side of this page though, you can also list all the names for your different parts. So for instance, your command is in your Canoness, which was the first Adeptus Sororitas that we had, and you can have your Sisters of Priory as well. So these are your leading units from the Adeptus Sororitas range. So your Battle Sisters lead, your leader of Battle Sisters, you'll lead your Seraphim Sister Superior, and you can also have your Repentia Superior listed on there as well as naming the Sisters Repentia, Archoflagellant and the Penitent Engine as well, which we are due very soon, which is really cool. But yeah, really good stuff. It's pretty damn good. It's, you know, it adds a lot more to your game, which is the main thing that you want to do a lot of the time with this type of stuff. Then we get information about one of the other major chapters of the Space Marines, the Dark Angels. So, the first of the Emperor's Space Marine legions, the Dark Angels continue to profess loyalty to the Imperium of mankind. However, they harbour many dark secrets, and their actions often seem at odds with other orders and objectives of their allies. So, one of the very first legions of Space Marines, the Dark Angels, are amongst the galaxy's most storied chapters, led by the Primarch Lyon L. Johnson. The Legion served bravely during the Great Crusade, before being brought low by betrayal and rebellion during the Horus Heresy. So, with good old the Dark Angels, a really cool colour scheme. They are that dark green colour, and they have a lot of unique kind of iconography and a unique look as well, with them kind of winged helms, which is their kind of one of their most iconic looks, and the actual tattered robes over the top of their good old ceramite armour, which actually makes them look really, really cool, and they look pretty unique. And there are sort of other colour schemes that you can use for them as well. So you can actually have the Deathwing, which are a pale armoured kind of colour scheme, so that bone armour, so bone white armour instead. You can also have the Raven Wing as well, which are generally clad in black, and they look really, really good. They're a really unique and cool looking chapter of Space Marines. One of my favourites. I don't paint them because I think there are a lot out there, and I do like to kind of favour the smaller chapters just for a giggle, because why not? Just because it's something different. Then we get more information about one of the other Space Marine kind of sections of all chapters, which is the Apothecarion. So the Apothecarion obviously being a descendant from essentially being the medical side of a Space Marine chapter. So the Apothecarion is a Space Marine chapter's most vital facility. Stored within its depths is the chapter supply of precious gene seed, without which new Space Marines cannot be forged to replace their fallen brothers. So if you're unaware, the gene seed is essentially what makes a Space Marine a Space Marine. So the gene seed is implanted into a young applicant. It helps transform them, gives them their kind of unique kind of traits and the kind of abilities, and makes them into a Space Marine. So it extends their life, it makes them a lot tougher, makes them a lot more kind of endurers, give them a lot more endurance and much, much more. And the Apothecarion is what kind of protects the gene seed and looks after it as well. So the gene seed can of course be harvested from kind of downed Space Marines and killed Space Marines, so they will go through and kind of remove the gene seed so they can then restore it and then reutilize it and keep on replenishing their ranks over time. Then we get more information from the Adeptus Sororitas section, which is the Imperial Creed. So if you didn't know, the Imperial Creed guides the actions of mankind, ensuring their loyalty and devotion to the Emperor and binding the Imperium's worlds together in shared faith. Those who transgress against the faith are apostate and heretic, enemies of mankind to be exterminated. So, the Imperial Creed is essentially the state religion across the whole of the Imperium of Man, and it is overseen by the Adeptus Ministerium, and there is obviously the different wings of the Adeptus Ministerium as well, so including the Sisters, the Sororitas, the Adeptus Sororitas, who are holy warriors that push forth as well. So really, really good stuff, and gives you a bit more information about how the faith of mankind works in the 41st millennium. So obviously, being the main faith of mankind, there was other faiths as well, and as with Age of Sigmar and good old world, good old Warhammer, there is a lot of different bits and pieces that are all linked to kind of religions throughout everything really. So it's the way it is. But yeah, really, really cool stuff, and it gives us a bit more information about them as well, which is always quite fun and quite unique to have. Then we get more information about the forces of the Adeptus Sororitas, which is the Penitent. So the Imperial Creed is the unifying force that binds humanity together. Those that transgress against the faith are shown little in the way of mercy. The scant few judged worthy of redemption must earn it in the fires of battle, throwing themselves into the fray without regard for their own safety. The majority of these penitents will find peace only in death. So, this is where things like the Penitent engine comes from, and the Archoflagellants, and much, much more, and kind of how they are pushed through, and the Repentia as well. So really, really cool stuff, and quite interesting as well. So it gives you a bit more information. So there are, of course, the Sisters Repentia listed on there, the Archoflagellants, and then the Penitent engines and mortifiers as well, which are these machines and battle engines that are pushed through, and mechanized infantry essentially, and kind of that is how they redeem themselves in their eyes of their faith. You got a building guide for the Rune Factory, dead simple. You can't go wrong with it really. It's pretty much push fit. Can take a little bit. I mean, most of the ones that every time with all of these, I always find that they tend to leave a little bit of a gap. But you know, have a bit of fun with it. It's dead easy to sort out, so have a bit of fun with that, and really, really good stuff. Then you got your painting section, going through the rest of it. Do it the same way as you've done it before. You can't go wrong. Have a bit of fun, enjoy yourself, and yeah, I'm sure it'll look absolutely fine, no matter how you painted it. Whether you're going for a lighter colour, whether you're going for a darker colour, I'm sure it'll look great. Then we've got more advanced rules for the faction, which is the Adeptus Sororitas rules and their Acts of Faith. So you get miracle dice, which you can utilise in your games, and this can change different ways of everything, so including your vengeance and having sacrifice as well, as you're performing an act of faith within there, and you get your little tutorial of how to utilise that as well to enhance your game. So if you're going for your Adeptus Sororitas, this is actually a really, really good section that you definitely need to be kind of checking out and keeping an eye on and utilising within your games. And then going into the last page, we have our mission, which is Plasma Sabotage. For this, we have our Chronomancer, Royal Warden, 3 Warriors and 3 Flayed Ones from the Necron forces. And then for our Adeptus Sororitas, our Canoness, 3 Battle Sisters, 2 Seraphim, Arco-Flagellant and Sister Repentia as well. And yeah, you're pretty much done. It's, you know, dead simple, fairly easy to do. Can't go wrong with it. Have a bit of fun with it. Enjoy it. That's all I can say, really. But yeah, you can have a bit of fun with that. So, not too bad. And then on to next week. Next week is a great issue. So, issue 49. We get our Adeptus Sororitas models. We get a bunch more of our Arco-Flagellant Repentia squad. We also have some more of our Battle Sisters. 1 more Seraphim, which is our Seraphim Superior. And we also get the Penitent Engine. Really, really cool stuff. I like this. It's really, really good. Absolute bargain of an issue as well. So really, really cool. Issue 50 as well. In all honesty, another absolute great bargain. Do not miss out. It is the Necron Royal Court. So it looks like it's only 5 models, but these are 5 tough models. These are, if you're buying this set directly from Games Workshop, it is about a £70 set that you can only order from their website. By all means, if you have the opportunity, get your issue. Make sure you do it. Do not miss out, because scalpers are going to be all over it, and you know, I hate scalpers, so you know, why not? But yeah, really, really good stuff. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to get going. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye now.